Now I'm going to show you one of the most useful areas in the gradebook, which is column organization. To get there, come to the Manage tab and come down to Column Organization, and it will open up a screen that will show you all of the assessments you have within a class. Anything that's dark, such as last name, is viewable on the gradebook itself. Anything that is grayed out is not viewable or it's hidden. You can easily adjust this by selecting an item and coming up and just showing Show, or selecting an item again versus hide. So I like to keep my gradebook as clean as possible, so the only 3 items I want to show in this top section are the student's name and the last time they accessed the class. Also, you'll see that everything above this bar is frozen in the column. So when you move through your gradebook, the student's name, first and last name, as well as their last access will always be shown so you can see what you're looking at. This is very helpful as your gradebook continues to grow. So let me move down a little bit and look at all the information that's here. Here's the name of our activity. Come to the category, which is really important. These are the categories that we set up when we set up our gradebook. So as of right now, we've created 3 assessments for this class. We have the assignment we made, the test, and the participation 1. Everything else is hidden from the instructor, but not necessarily hidden from the student. And I'll show you what I mean. If I select this course policy quiz and show it, it's now become dark, so it's visible to the instructor. Let me hit submit to see what it looks like. Here's the course policy quiz column now viewable to me. Because it doesn't have the red slash through it, that means students can still see it. So be careful if you're trying to hide items from the gradebook completely, that you don't just hide it from yourself. So I'm going to come in, hide from the student, see the red slash, and then I'm going to go back to column organization. And when I scroll down, here's that course policy quiz I don't want to be seen. I'll select it and hide it. Now I know it's hidden from instructors and students. And while I'm at it, we hit a test in our last activity, but I don't want this test hidden. So I'm going to come, select that test, and show it. It's become black, so now it's visible in the gradebook. And if you remember, we added that participation column, and I don't see it. So let me scroll to the bottom through all these other assessments that I have hidden, and there it is. Well, I want it to be up top where I can see it along with everything else. So if I just grab this, I can drag it anywhere I want it, including all the way to the top. I'm going to put it right here. This is an excellent way to drag things around and organize your gradebook so it makes a chronological order through the class, and it will make better sense to you and students as they move through. The last thing I want to show you, and this may be the most important part, is you want to make sure the categories actually line up with what it's supposed to count in for the gradebook. Otherwise, your grading percentage will be wrong, even if your gradebook's set up correctly. So if we look, our example test currently is listed in no category, where it should be listed in tests, so it goes into that percentage. To change this, I'll select that box, come up to change category, and bring it to test. If I go down and look, now this is a test. You can do this throughout your entire column. You can check as many as you want to show and hide in bulk, or you can change as many categories as you want just by checking these boxes and adjusting these 2 drop downs. Last thing I want to show you is sometimes you have things in your gradebook you no longer want to keep. So if you find something like that, select it, come back up, and there is a delete button. So you can do batch deletes from your gradebook. Word of advice, if there is still an assessment within Blackboard, which would be held in course tools, test surveys, and pools, if that assessment is still in here, it will not allow you to delete that item from the gradebook because there is a link. So if you do permanently want to delete something, you'd have to come into your test pool, hit the drop down, and delete it here, go back, and then delete it in the gradebook.